Hello. Yep.
Daniel was diagnosed with dyspraxia in May last year.
What led us to it was we'd noticed a few things. Daniel was a little bit different from our older two children. A little bit of Dr. Google and looking online. Kath, my wife, spent a bit of time having a look and sent me something one day that says, this sounds remarkably familiar to who does this remind you of? When he was first diagnosed, it was...
I think it was a bit of a relief.
Right.
For me, and I think for Daniel, he had a name.
At home, it was up and down. There was good times and, I mean, there's great times with Daniel, and sometimes it's, he can be a little short-tempered, of course, as he gets anxious and things, and so there were some tough times.
We think about it as children that have probably challenges with how they're able to move and do things in life and understand what movement means for them, and being able to actually do the tasks that they need to do in daily life and how it interrupts that.
Sometimes you have to just block the goals, and you can hold the ball and you can't shoot.
What do you think this thing's going to transform into?
I think it's going to transform into a train.
A train? The struggle that it can be. So your colouring is actually very good.
Actually, connected there.
So he loves things like that. He loves swimming.
Because he doesn't necessarily store that memory in his brain in the same way as you or I would, what would happen is some weeks he'd go to a swimming lesson and be fantastic, and you'd go, wow, he'd be the best in the class. The next week he'd go and it'd be like he'd remembered none of what was, and would be
standing
like
in the pool or swimming in a circle, just not being able to do what was asked.
These children, it is not a cognitive issue, it is a physical and a motor condition, and that is the important thing for these children. I think often they can experience a lot of failure at school because they can't keep up, and they can compare themselves to their peers and think that they, well, as one child described himself as dumb, but that is not the case. It is just that physically they can't keep up and they get left behind. But cognitively they're well able to, if they if they have the right supports. Yeah.
For art yesterday or on Friday, we did some art that was animal, and I did an elephant chicken.
That would have been an interesting beast.
Yep. But people say it's a true animal, it's a real animal, and I'm like, it is.
So this is the dogfish and stuff room.
Yes, this is where we can read.
Perfect. This is a very nice room. So these are the bags. Tell me about the room. These are the bags. Have you got a bag here?
Yep, this is my bag.
That's your bag. Did you decorate that?
Yep.
Fabulous.
Well, he is of our three children, he is the best reader. So his enjoyment for reading and his aptitude is, especially his enjoyment for it. If we go for a drive somewhere, he's always the one in the car who's got a book with him to take on the journey. He's always the one who wants to read. In fact, our other children could do to learn from Daniel on his reading. He's fantastic.
He could be an example to them.
He could be an example, that's right.
And is it a comfortable chair to sit in?
It's
Wriggle back and make yourself really at home.
It's kind of comfortable.
Is it?
Yeah, kind of.
Would it be a good chair to sit in and read books, do you think?
Yeah, some people read books here, and some people read books at the back of here.
Oh, do they?
Yeah.
Mm.
I like reading books here and books back there.
Yes, that would be very cool. It's a very cool chair.
You are such an amazing student, Danny. Always smiling and giving things 100%. It has been a joy to be your student teacher.
What a lovely thing to say about you.
It is.
And I think it's
Yes, motivation is a big thing for children, and that's where we were talking earlier, is the importance of any intervention being client-based and individuals, and using their interests and their likes to help motivate them.
Righto, Daniel, we're on. We're going to make pizzas.
Yep.
So you're the cook and I'm the helper. So we're going to spread that out all over it. We're pretty well there. Just fill in all the gaps.
Fill in all the gaps there.
Yep.
And then there.
You'll be able to make these when you go home.
Yep. But we don't have any pastry.
I'm sure Mum can do something.
Oh,
A
the
bit
cheese.
more a bit more round.
A lot of cheese is there. So I might spread it.
More,
Well, the best way that we've had dyspraxia suggested as to how it works is if you write with your normal hand and you write a sentence with your normal hand, you're not thinking about the act of writing. But then if you write with your opposite hand, you actually have to think about the actions of the writing. And that is what it's like for dyspraxia with everything, that they are having to use the rest of their brain to actually think about every activity. And if you imagine that multiplied by everything around you, the exhaustion that you must face as someone with dyspraxia, or just the amount that you have to do just to be able to go through is something that's admirable, that they are able to do that. And we're very proud of Daniel. He's a great kid.
right, well let's put this in the oven.
Wait for
But
10
you won't
minutes.
be too dangerous to eat them, will you? That
No,
was well done.
I'm not going to eat it straight away.
No.
Oh,
Right, the ice cream is down this way.
I like ice cream.
Come down here. Do you like ice cream?
Yep.
What sort of ice cream? Right.
Because I had a lime smoothie and it was so good.
Off we go. So what are you going to have? Hello there.
Well, and the part is also tricky is that outside influences have a strong impact on Daniel. So he can have had a terrible day at school and we won't know. And so he has a massive impact on him, but we're only dealing with the things around us that we see. So we don't actually know why he's more anxious or more aggressive or what, but we just have to, we have to know that something's happened. We just have to assume something's happened.
And I think keeping the lines of communication open with the specialists and the school and us is something that you just have to do.
Sure.
Yeah.
Is that the oven?
Awesome.
It was a bombshell for sure. What we found is that obviously it takes patience. It takes time to work with your family and understand the different. It's going to be a slightly different family dynamic that's going to be there, and you need to sort of adjust and make sure everyone's loved for. And
You just got to try everything. Google, join groups, try everything.
And certainly we also found that some things that were suggested do not work. And so it's the things you got to find what works for you guys practically that can be easily rolled out, that's going to make differences, and it doesn't something might make a difference today and not make a difference tomorrow, but that doesn't mean you need to stop it, you just need to persevere.